Welcome back everyone to the House of Pisces X Night Horde Season 2. I think we're at like day 13. Still in Qualifiers 3. It's Group C. And it is going to be between Bloodhounds, X Unity, and Devious activities. The three teams are going to... let me lower the music a little bit. But yeah, these three teams are going to be fighting it out today. It's been a really great tournament so far. It is a little bit drawn out, but we want to give you guys a little bit more of a different type of tournament. I feel like generally a lot of content does get rushed through, but we're trying to split things up, making things a little bit more spread out, allowing for a little bit more of a, I guess, long-term group with many of these teams. But yeah, nonetheless, welcome back. For this match coming up, we do have X Unity Legion versus Bloodhounds. X Unity Legion is a team that likes to have a few untraditional picks. I know they've played the Natan a few times. I think this is also the team that played a pole jungle at some point, so definitely something we have to watch out for. On the other hand, we do have Boca from Bloodhounds, right? Boca, Pocha, Ramses, Easy Peasy, and Winter. So some good teams. Now we are already having the bans on the board. Arlot, Ruby, Matilda gets taken out, Masha, Joy, and Nolan gets taken out, meaning there's a lot of utility junglers that are much available. CC gets picked up first pick. I think there's better options at this point. Things like Fredrin, I think, is really solid as a first pick. But no, they go with the CC, the side of Bloodhounds. They go for a Minotaur and Xborg. Xborg is quite good in this situation because a lot of the assassins and dive have been banned down. Xborg hasn't really been a traditional backline peeler. Instead, he's always kind of out in the front, chipping away some damage, especially against the frontline tanks. So I do like the Xborg pick here. We saw a little bit of a flash of a dude, what is that hero called? Little dude with the hammer. I know it's Rico's favorite hero. I literally just had the hero in my mind, but it's gonna bug me if I don't know this. This is gonna absolutely bug me. I haven't seen that here in such a long time. I know Mobazane loves to play it too. The little short king. Allus. Well, didn't get picked up. I know Rico used to be global at it. He does pick up the Fredrin and the Valentina. Valentina is interesting. We've recently been seeing a rise of the Valentina. A little bit sad that there's been quite a big fuss about heroes like the Louis, the Roger, Chip, kind of here and there, seeing some moment of greatness, especially in the PH area. But the Louis, like in Asia, they'd be running this like Louis Arlot combination, and it's ridiculous. Right? And there's teams out there that run Kaja every game for a pickoff strategy, and it's still ridiculous. So like, if you guys are out there and you guys are missing for a strategy, right? There's quite a bit out there, especially if you just take a look at some of the PH or ID regions. Like, for example, right? I know Arlot is banned, but the Arlot Louis is literally like 100% win rate. And you should see some of the ganks that they come up with, like Ardlot, Louis, Masha. Like I think Onyx played this and it was Onyx PH played this absolutely fucking crazy. But yes, welcome guys. What's up, Kobe? Deferto Maxi. Yeah, man, this guy changed his name and kind of went like undercover, in my opinion. Like, what happened? Did I'm not sure what actually happened with like you guys and Wolf, but looks like he's like, it's time for it's time for me to shine. Time for me to make my own squad. And boom. Qualifiers 3 against 2 NACT top teams. This guy's literally fighting it out. And they were able to get a win off of both the Bloodhounds and DA. And this is the first time that we actually had a trio tie. So an X-Unity Legion, definitely, if they were in their own bracket or maybe against somebody else, you know, probably easily upset. Roger's a problem right now. Fred too. Yeah, pick off strat is cringe. You know, the Kaja strategy is, you couldn't argue its, you know, worthiness or its skill or not skill, but it's something so simple yet so effective. The ability to guarantee a stun or a snare, or, you know, in our terms, a suppression, and you can drag them across for like 1.8 seconds. I don't think it's that long, right? I could look at the skills right now, but I do wish more people used them. At the same time of like, hey, it's a hero that has been used quite often, especially in the professional scenes. But you know, in our NACT, like, we don't see it nearly as much as it should be. And you know, quite honestly, when you go overseas, it gets picked up like extremely often. It's 1.5 second, so it's not even 1.8. Oh, talk about Kaja. Kaja gets picked up here. And you know what's also cool is the Natan has been picked up. Natan, you know, I was watching MPL, and the difference between, like, let's say a Natan and a Roger, like, you guys already understand, yes, Roger early game, you know, deals high base damage. Some Rogers like to build attack speed, and typically attack speed means you have low base damage on skills, sometimes no base damage on skills, and it's just like increased movement speed or increased auto attack speed. Very, very high base armor, base magic resist, has the shield, but Natan is like a glass cannon. But the biggest thing is, like, a late game Natan versus a late game Roger, like, you already know how the scaling works here. So as we about to jump into the Land of Dawn, we will have X-Unity Legion versus Bloodhounds. X-Unity looking for an upset tonight, and Bloodhounds trying to, you know, stay in the tournament. Of course, both teams are trying to get the wins. I think it's time for the comeback. Did you watch RSG versus Onyx? If I didn't watch it, at least I listened to it. I can't tell you if I'm pretty certain I haven't watched it, but I've listened to majority of the things. Kind of just listening to them casting, looking at some of the hero picks. But like, if you actually watch how PH plays, it's quite beautiful and it's quite insane. And you know, I used to appreciate watching a lot of competitive Mobile Legends, especially way back then. You know, that's how you guys actually get good. And then, you know, you watch them, you copy them, you see what type of styles, what type of hero pools, and like for example, right, Louis, a great pick, solid pick right now, one of the best mages in my opinion. Impact is super high, The ceiling, the skill ceiling is super high. Kaja, Minnow, 2 great roam picks. Valentina, still a great mage. Alpha definitely has coming, you know, is potentially coming back. You can look at the levels already. It's level 4 versus level 3. He could look for an engagement. Yeah, see, he does hella damage. First blood. And going to the side of Bloodhounds. Alpha, Fredrin, Xborg, CC, Natan, Roger. This is essentially as good as it gets in terms of draft, and both sides drafting quite well. Gold lane, of course, Natan has a little bit better in terms of the late game. Fredrin versus Alpha. I think Alpha power spike is when he hits that like 30-40% cooldown with War Axe, Brute Force, Bloodless, Oracle, something like that. Definitely scales quite well. Maybe at like the 8-10 minute mark, but late game not so much. Kaja, Minnow, both are solid late game. Let's say give it advantage towards Kaja. His flicker is just a little bit more crazy, but here we go. Retribution going out the side of X Unity. They do pick that up. Louis on the top side does get the CC. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Alpha also falls. X Unity with the turtle though, but doesn't have the lead exactly. Looking about a 1k difference already. Now CC not doing so good on the top side. I do know that Ramsey is a extremely talented XP laner. Versus Melgot? I think that's how you pronounce it. I do believe it's a roam main. First time making an appearance in the XP lane, at least in one of my tournaments. Maybe he has been before, but Ramsey is crazy. Right. Let's see how good the CC can make his impact though. So we talked about the scaling a little bit. Bloodhounds seems to enjoy some of the early game. Before that though, Vengeance on the top side. Alpha ultimate does come through. Able to secure that. Kills the 0-3 for CC. So X Unity definitely working on quite a weak side on the top. And the Roger picks up the Natan, no problem. Flicker does get used though. Kaja did have the ultimate, but no connections. Again, Bloodhound seems to be liking to draft a little bit more towards the early game, right? Alpha is strong against a lot of the tanks. Should be able to shred them down quite well. You guys saw Mobazane with like, I think a Savage with the Alpha too, right? And there's players like in regions like MY or Myanmar that are super strong with the Alpha. It's definitely worth it. Oh, the Retribution does go down. Good zoning from X Unity and a flicker. Minon's Fury. They pick up one there. They get easy peasy and objective. It's still not enough to get the gold lead for the side of X Unity, but nonetheless, they're able to get something in this trade, and I think that's solid, right? Oh no, another kill on the top side. Ramsey's able to pick that one up. It's going to be a very tough situation on top. Might be better if X Unity looks for a switch. But if they look for a switch and the CC just goes bot and feeds the Roger, like that's worse. So I think the plan is they're just going to let the dude stay up there at top side, and whatever he can do, he'll do it, right? And Natan, a great tower push. A flicker. Do get the Roger and a double kill for the side of X Unity. A little bit slow on the Minon's Fury for Winter. But an engagement coming out. Alpha able to pick up the Fredrin. He was kind of stuck there by himself. No support came out. And especially since the Divine Judgment has been used along with the entropy from Natan. Too much spent there. Rico should have knew it. Backed off there. Now, one thing that I do want to talk about when it comes down to a lot of the pro teams in Asia versus the pro teams here, one of the things that I took note is that the level of focus before that, though, Kaja gets bodied across the wall. Winter and easy peasy pick that one up. Well, quite a easy pick off. Some mistakes from X Unity is just a little too tough to handle. But everyone is jumping on Rico, and Rico gets out alive here. The bonk doesn't follow through. But the counter engagement from the Valentina, able to pick that one up, looking for a double kill. Natan's able to pick that one up, but gets shut down by the Alpha, looking for a third. Sis looks after you. Might get the outplay here. He is able to Louis with the flicker forward. Boca picks that one up, but now met with 3 others is going to fall. But no, like the amount of focus that a team has in the Asian region is crazy. Like they could all switch targets. It's almost like they're calling for only one specific hero. Like a big team fight happens. They don't care if it's a Rico, if it's CC. Whoever calls that hero, I think everyone just piles on top of it. It's like a high level of focus. But yes, 8 to 9 overall. Heading into that mid game where everyone finishes the first 2 items. Oh, and the Wombo combo coming out from Louis. And the last Insanity looking to get away here. A lot of spells have been used though. If I said X Unity, they still have no, they still have all the ultimates, but the Natan just get taken off. Oh, nice cancellation on Winter. And Bloodhounds looking for an engage. The reverse last Insanity comes through. That's so much damage. And X Unity come out ahead with a 3-0 in that team fight. Again, I do think X Unity have a very strong late game. Natan, like, you guys have to imagine Natan with about 6k gold versus Roger at 7k. You could argue that Natan's just going to be dealing way much more damage. Oh. 2 down. Looking for a third. CC, backside. Xborg. Flicker, Araga. Lives for a few more seconds. And the bonk comes through. But no damage followed up. Rico gets taken out here. A good response from the side of Bloodhounds. Even though X Unity has lead here, Bloodhound is able to get one off the board before the Lord even hits. And with heroes like Natan, Kaja, Valentina, even Fred, like those are all extremely strong late games. Personally, I think Alpha scales kind of towards the mid. Roger definitely scales early and mid. Xborg late. Minnow, not early. So probably late. Louis, the Divergent scales infinite. Like you can do so much with it just depending on how big your brain is. But its skills itself, it's like a 1-2 burst combo. I feel like it's a mid-game hero too. So, 1-for-1 trades. Eve. Oh my god, that's so much damage from CC. Everyone. Whoa. They get the pick off, but there's 4-man. I don't know if that's right. It's possible. But a little bit of hesitation on the side of Bloodhounds. I thought that was pretty decent. But just a little bit of hesitation. They got the pick off that they were looking for on the Fredrin. But then, you know, if they collapsed with, like, let's say the other members, like the Alpha and the X-Borg, maybe. But they kind of all, like, scattered. Whoa. Another Divergent. And the cooldown is so low, too. Ooh. Ooh. The Kajo was just a little bit too much to handle. Oh my god. Roger gets one on the back end. Ramsey's gonna get another here. No, the regen's just a little too much. Oh my. Oh. The follow-up on Ramsey, he gets one here. Does get punished though. But the Roger does so much damage. He gets the flicker off too. The bong doesn't come through. Bloodhounds come out on top 4-1 in that team fight. Gold lead is still really, really close. But the Roger, DHS, Corrosion. Yeah, so, you know, when you go DHS, Corrosion, Golden Staff, typically low base damage, low scaling damage, decent auto attacks. So like Moskov, when he first skills, he doesn't get any extra damage. He just gets attack speed, right? Claude, first skill, has a small base, but you know, the base damage is low, the scaling damage is low. Melissa also auto attack base, so it's like, you know, if it's auto attack base or if the scaling is quite low. Kaja goated, yeah, man, that's just, you know, that's just the thing with the Kaja, right? You go into that late game, doesn't matter who comes out of that bush, you get that pick off. 1.5 seconds stun. Oh, teleport on the side though. Yeah, this is exactly what MPLPH were doing, except for they had the R lot. I'm not sure if Winter can play the R lot, but that was exactly what the play was. They would just teleport outside of the map, pop right back in underneath the tower. Like, it's undefendable. It's literally undefendable. And like, it was a tied game for majority of the time, and they convincingly killed 2-3 people and just blitzed to the end. Congratulations to the side of Bloodhounds getting this best of 1 victory. Oh, wrong screen. 21% damage dealt, 44% kill participation. I think it's the real estate and the high KDA that he had. But we will be right back. It is going to be between DA and Bloodhounds. Yeah, you guys got that sneak peek. We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that. Bloodhounds. Looking for DA. Don't know where DA is. Been looking all my life. Do not know where DA is. This might be a rip on DA, bruh. But y'all want to see something crazy? Y'all want to see something crazy? Let me see what I can search up. MPL. It's ridiculous here. Let me see what I can do on my screen. We still got 4 minutes, but we got a freaking ad. Dude. It's ridiculous. I don't know if this is, I mean, this one, like, you're just kind of looking at the potential of what the Louis can do. I don't think they teleport here, but definitely on the next few fights they go for some crazy ass teleport plays. Like they would toss the Arlot in the back and they would just slap him. Or right here, look at this. 3-man teleport on the side, like Louis ults right here on the side of the map, and the cameraman doesn't even get it. Fucking insane, bro. Insane. And they continue to do this over and over. This one, Prince, he ults in the bush. He takes the Claude out, and the Claude is now just killing people in the backside by itself. Almost kills Carlteasy too. Minus blade armor. It's absolutely nuts. The Louis phase recently is wild. I do want to see if we can find one. I think it's like, dude, look at these nerds. Like, they know they could kill the base, and everyone stops attacking to go for that last hit, and then goes the base. Watch. Everyone just stops attacking right here, goes for that last kill, and then pops the base. Crazy. I want to see, I think it's Onyx game today. This is all Onyx Cloud Louis. Is it? Dude, I don't even know if it's... I don't even know which match it is, I'll be honest. But regardless, we're gonna jump back. Because I think we're gonna get might potentially get a DQ here. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. We're gonna have to FF. No problem. No problem. Are you going to play versus Mexi? So it does seem like we have a small DQ. At least for this match, it's gonna be Devious activities going up. They're gonna be up against Bloodhounds, and they chose for DQ. But let me show you guys something interesting, please. Well, hopefully I can. Oh nah, what the hopefully I found the right game. It was one where it's like Arlott, Louis, Masha, and it was wild, bro. This one is Arlott Louis from Super Friends, and I'm assuming they're gonna win this, and it's pretty ridiculous. I want to find the Louis. I think that this is the game that they had Kelra split pushing with the Louis ultimate. This is the wrong game, bro. I need to look at this one. It was the most wildest thing I've ever seen. Oh yeah. Imagine this comp. Of course, the opposite comp from Omega is insane too. Like, Fredrin, Novaria, CC, Carry, Kaja. No one can cry about a comp that comes out that strong. And you got fucking Echo here with Baras, the only front line. I believe it's like Arlott, Rome with Louis, which is the sacred combination of like the 100% win rate. And then you got this fucking Masha on the XP lane that's just one-hitting people with a positive KDA. And then you got Benny QT on Natan. And this Natan deals hella damage. But I just want to bring you guys to a fight. I do believe this match went like 30-something minutes. 20? No, it didn't go 20-something. I think the match after this went 30 minutes, but I just want to see like how they team fighted. Is this where they won? Okay, they won here. But where was that insanely... Like, they would just teleport this Masha Louis and just win fights like that. It's not this Lord, though. I think it might be here. My brain too small, guys. This was at, I think, like 6 a.m. Like, they just have the Barats, like, frontline aggro like this. They just let the Louis set from the backside. Oh, here we go. Stanford teleports onto the back end. Oh my god, he deals so much damage. But like, the Louis teleports is crazy. They didn't get one with Arlott in this one, but keep pressing N, bro. Anyways, are we good now? Deadass, any more games? No, no more games for you. Yeah, I want to find where the fuck they did their combination, because it was so crazy, bro. The Louis impact, like the way that they like rotate. Super Friends, by the way, is the man. There's a podcast. There's a podcast. Is it Dave? I know he be doing some podcasts recently. No podcasts. Where is the podcast with Chicken and... Let me see. Nah, what the fuck is this? Why are they eating Dave's hot chicken, bruh? Fried chicken Mara. Whose podcast is this? They were talking about some crazy, like, they were talking about life and stuff, bro. Where is the podcast?
You add your food as you make the scraps. When you go to...
How about, okay, what are your thoughts about this, being a player yourself? Because Dave, you were part of the broadcast, you were a caster before, and you know we do this, right? So what do you think about the banters between players, aka trash talking? They say that it makes it
Chicken is
exciting,
like
creates
fucking
rivalry,
out of
and really,
it, dude.
that's what we want. We want passionate fans to side with player A or player B.
Very
But what are your
emotionless.
thoughts on that?
So I think trash talk between players is completely okay. What I think matters most is how production handles the specific trash talk itself, like how much they show on both sides. I think when production focuses too much on the trash talk, the viewers will get like almost too involved, and then they'll start to like kind of then they'll like be too annoying and start like harassing. I'm
gonna let him finish.
Touching over trash talk is completely okay, and it depends, of course, on the player too. Like if the player is very adamant on their trash talk, they make it their personality. Completely okay to show however much of that as you want. But I feel like if someone just mentions it like one time, right, the production should just mention it once, just show as a little fun fact, and then just touch off it. I remember, like those those little text boxes they would show on the sides sometimes that would just have like a little fun fact. Like I would see trash talk there, but then it was just a little side comment. It was like a quote, but they don't really dwell in too much on it. If it's just something like that,
Not like what happened to you.
Yeah.
But seriously, all
I think
jokes
it's great.
aside,
I think it's great. Yeah.
like I know I don't speak for them, but I know they didn't mean harm. They don't mean harm by it for sure. They had good intentions, but because a lot of the fans also are talking about it was more exciting when they're, at least for the Philippines as well. Anyway, it was more exciting when there was trash talk because when Dougie was there and Billy was there, Zapnu. I'm not sure if you know Zapnu.
They
So
just
they would always.
like, the main thing is like all these things about trash talking, it creates content. Drama creates content. Like there's a good reason why there's not much like juicy content around me. I'm gone from the world. I've exiled myself besides just doing production or being behind the scenes. But like trash talk, it revolves all around this world, and in the streaming world and in gaming world, especially in Mobile Legends, right? Gosu, BTK, North America gets glorified. Where like this is a region that everyone wants to come to, where all like everything is happening. Always Mobile Zane, Chicken, BTK, Hoon, Gosu. I think that's a great part of mobile of any game, period. It's almost like you have to be able to handle some drama, both handle it and create some and dish some out to keep relevancy. And some people, at the end of the day, may not just be meant to be. Some people thrive underneath trash talks like this, and some people don't. But regardless, we'll be back. 15 minutes. Last match of the day. I do think it's going to be X Unity versus Devious Activities. It's a must win for Devious activities.